So in breaking news that should shock absolutely nobody, it seems like Disney just refuses to learn from their mistakes. They just recently released The Marvels, which we all know is a massive flop at the box office, the likes of which we haven't seen in a little while. And it looks like Disney is just wanting to continue the trend, because even though it's been proven that the majority of men went to go see The Marvels, even though they tried to say, oh, it's men's fault that the movie's bombing. That's the whole reason why the movie's bombing, is because men are doing an active hate campaign against it. Meanwhile, nobody's questioning the lack of women that went to go see it. Nobody's questioning the lack of diverse people that went to go see it. No, no, no. We have to blame the men, even though 65% of the people who went to go see it was men. And of that 65%, it was 40 some odd percent that was over the age of, I believe, 40 years old. So you have older men that are going to go support this movie, and nobody's asking where are the women, right? So now we have another example of yet again Disney trying to make another hardcore feminist oriented film, because clearly that's what sells. That's what makes a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen. Clearly we don't know what we're talking about. So let's get into this article, guys, from Bounding Into Comics. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into the YouTube algorithm. So it says Disney's putting together a new feminist young Avengers team, proving that they learned nothing from the Marvel's box office bomb. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, I posted this on Twitter. If you guys didn't check it out, where you can see my post here, where this is the announcement that they made. So obviously they announced that Miss Marvel, Hawkeye, and whatever the hell this girl's name is, because I forgot. I know she's in Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. But the MCU officially confirms the first 3 Young Avengers, and they asked who else could join. Well, I put a comment and I said, whoever it is, we can guarantee that they will put a chick in it and make her gay. So listen, I get a lot of comments about this particular part right here, because everybody's saying, well, these are actual women in the comics. Yeah, I get that. I get that. But the thing is, nobody wants to see an entire female Avengers team. People barely are watching the all-female movies. Marvel should have given you all the information you need about who your demographic is when it comes to superhero movies. You are purposefully ignoring your demographic because you are using the superhero genre to push your identity politics. That is what you're doing. I'm not saying you cannot make female-oriented films, but what I'm saying is that you had an entire Phase 4 that is literally nicknamed the MCU for a reason. Now you have Phase 5 that is literally still nicknamed the MCU for a reason, and you are choosing to ignore it because of what reason? It's not money. You're not ignoring it for money. You're definitely not ignoring it for any financial gain whatsoever. You're ignoring it because it is simply identity politics. It makes you look good, or at least you think it makes you look good. To all the people who are quote tweeting Marvel, talking about, oh, this is so stunning and brave. This is amazing. I love to see it. We love to see it. Slay Queen. Those people are not watching the movie. Those people are not actively going out and spending money supporting your product. So this is not anything about financial gain. This is not anything about finances in general. It is simply and only identity politics 100%. So it says, fresh off the humiliating failure of the Marvels at the box office, Marvel unveiled its first round of Young Avengers, the next superhero team to take the reins of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It appears Kevin Feige and Disney learned absolutely nothing from the MCU's problems, as the revelations reveal yet another group of feminist replacement characters as the team members. The Young Avengers is a team up with a full intention of replacing the beloved Avengers team, which took cinemas by storm in Joss Whedon's 2012 film. Disney Marvel caught lightning in a bottle, taking characters from 3 very successful film franchises in Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor to form a team everyone loved, packed with even more A-list actors to fill out the roles of Hawkeye, Black Widow, Nick Fury, the Hulk, and Loki. Bro, no matter what, this team up, nobody's gonna beat this team up, okay? Absolutely. There's no Young Avengers that is gonna beat this team up, okay? This is the team up. This is what made the MCU what it is, and MCU has completely abandoned what made people love it in the first place. And it really is sad. When you look at the overarching story of Marvel and what happened to them cinematically, it really is sad to see this downfall. It says fans loved the film so much that it generated incredible hype for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which coasted off this movie and the films of the solo Avengers to billions of revenue before the actors commanded too much money. With these actors and characters seemingly off the table, Marvel tried their hardest to build replacements, starting with the fan-hated Captain Marvel film and a spiral of interconnected Disney Plus shows that took Marvel characters and tried to promote a group of nearly all-female cast to captivate the largely male audience of the action superhero genre. Now, the funny thing is, to me, that if this has to do with money, right? If this has to do with the fact that the actors who were originally in the MCU were asking for too much money, right? Too much money. The movies were very successful. Their heads got very big off of it, right? So maybe they were asking for a lot of money. So it makes you wonder, why are they replacing all of these characters or looking for replacement in majority female actors? Why is that? Is that to say the majority of female actors are not worth as much money, so they're actually worth less? They get paid less, right? Isn't that something that these people try to fight against? Isn't that something that all of these virtue signals on Twitter try to fight against? Like, why is nobody questioning that? If this is about money and they're trying to predominantly hire just females, it makes you wonder, is it because the females are cheaper? It's just some questions that I need answers to, you know? So it says Disney failed in all their replacements. Fans hated almost all of the Disney Plus shows, which seem to have little purpose other than to promote diversity hires and interconnect to snowball into other movies. None of the shows stand independently, and none have created any of the lovable moments of the original MCU films. But too much has been set up for Disney to shift gears from the Marvel's MCU direction Kevin Feige and his cronies set the franchise upon. The end of the films reveals a new team, which fans will be largely disinterested in. Again, I don't know why. Why are we trying to do this, man? Why are you trying to make this into an ultra feminist thing? It just has nobody interested. People didn't go support this movie because they didn't want to see it. Plain and simple. Full stop. That's all it is. People didn't support this movie because they didn't want to see it. If people actually wanted to see this movie, they would have gone to go see this movie. We have seen prime examples of all this talk about superhero fatigue, and yet every once in a while, there's a great movie that comes out that is just a banger and has such strong word of mouth that guess what? It goes into the $1 billion range. Everybody and their mother goes to see it because they all said it was good. Everybody suddenly forgets about superhero fatigue when a good movie shows up. So you can't keep blaming superhero fatigue for this nonsense. And guess what? You're not going to help yourself if you're just going to keep doubling down, tripling down on the same nonsense that got you here in the first place. It's this BS that got you here. When you made a Hawkeye TV series and you literally just cucked Hawkeye in his own series and made the entire thing about a female replacement, that for me was like the last straw. Like, I was just, are you kidding me right now? And then they made Loki about the female Loki variant. They just kept doing this because they want you to fall in love with the female characters, and nobody is doing it because they are written so bad. These female characters never stood a chance because they are written by writers who are so obsessed with identity politics that they are just incapable of writing anything that's even remotely interesting anymore. Hence why they are being replaced by AI, and they are so desperate to try to fight against it. It says Kamala Khan, aka Miss Marvel, appears to be the lead as she speaks with Nick Fury at the end of the Marvel's film about putting together a new team. Mind you, they're going to make her the captain of this new team, right? This is the person who had the lowest viewed TV show in MCU history. Miss Marvel, nobody saw Miss Marvel. Nobody wanted to see Miss Marvel. Nobody was interested. The majority of people who saw Miss Marvel were literally teenagers, the young crowd, and they saw Miss Marvel and they didn't go out to go see the Marvels, so clearly their interest wasn't kept. You guys are fishing for these younger viewers to try to maintain yourselves over the next 10 to 20 years, but you're just not doing it the right way. So of course they're going to double down. Of course they're going to triple down. And ultimately this is their money that they're going to have to lose, and they will lose money. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.